These are the thermal pools of Białka Tatrzańska, nestled in the shadow of the Tatra mountains. Further into the hills, another sanctuary reveals itself. This is Bukowina, a thermal complex suspended between modern architecture and the deep traditions of Podhale. From above, it stretches like a quiet fortress of warmth, encased in wood and glass, resting on the slope of a mountain. Its pools curve organically with the land, as if shaped by the same forces that carved the valleys below. People come here to float, not just in water, but in stillness. The steam rises slowly, tracing invisible paths into the thin mountain air. Some sit quietly at the edge, staring into the forest. Others disappear into the maze of indoor pools, saunas, and warm corners hidden behind panoramic windows. Outside, time seems slower. Even in winter, with snow on rooftops and frost on fir trees, these waters remain unchanged, a quiet defiance of cold. The drone pulls higher, revealing the peaks in the distance, silent and unmoving. The warmth here is man-made, yes, but the feeling it leaves behind, that belongs to the land. Wooden walls, the smell of smoke and herbs, a quiet evening in a mountain tavern, where time slows down. The table is heavy with flavors: osipek, kwasnica, grilled trout. Every dish tells a story of shepherds, forests, long winters. It's not just food, it's the kind of warmth you taste. Outside, frost on windows. Inside, a fire, slow conversation, and silence between bites. They're not in the mountains, not on a postcard, just here, in the farmer's yard, chewing grass, one step at a time. No fence, no hurry, only sun and the quiet work of morning. It begins with steam, rising slowly, without hurry. White trails drift into the cold mountain air, and only then do you see what lies below. A place built low into the ground, not proud, not loud, just present. Wooden roofs, raw timber, pools that don't sparkle but breathe. This is Gorący Potok, a collection of warm waters drawn from deep beneath the surface and guided gently into spaces shaped by hand. The drone moves closer. You begin to notice the details: irregular lines, soft geometry, paths that bend around rocks instead of cutting through them. This place was not built to impress. It was built to hold stillness. Each pool is its own world, some shallow and silent, others deep and echoing. Children laugh in one corner, while in another, a man sits alone, eyes closed, barely moving. There's no single rhythm here, only many, unfolding side by side. Steam curls across the water, making the boundaries less defined, between the person and the pool, between breath and air. Time slows. There is no music, no announcements, only the sound of heat rising and the occasional splash of someone shifting their weight. The drone pulls back. You see the patterns now, a quiet architecture, built not for spectacle, but for pause. Wooden beams cross overhead, bridges drift between pools, and somewhere in the distance, a chimney exhales a soft trail of smoke. Outside the fence, the world continues. The road leads to the mountains, the cars pass, life presses forward. But inside, people don't rush. They sit, they soak, they forget what was next. There are no glass walls here, no polished chrome, no perfect edges, just heat, and wood, and people learning how to be quiet again. Even the drone, circling above it all, seems unsure where to look. Everything is soft here. Nothing demands attention. Everything offers rest. Maybe that's why they come. Not to escape, but to remember what it feels like, to stop and stay still. The drone drifts slower, following the steam that clings to rooftops, that floats just above the water like a second skin. You notice the small things now. A pair of sandals left near the bench, a robe hanging from a post, someone stretching quietly beneath a pine tree. It's not silence that fills this place. It's gentleness. No one hurries. Even the children's laughter feels like it knows not to echo too far. You realize, it's not about the water. It's about what the water gives you permission to forget. Schedules, screens, deadlines, all of it fades. In these 38-degree still waters, framed by wood and wrapped in sky. And as the drone slowly rises, one last time, you see not just a bath, but a moment. Not just heat, but presence. And then, nothing more. The drone follows the river, narrow at first, quiet. This is the Białka. It twists through fields and meadows, cutting its own path. Not deep, but fast, like a thought rushing through a still mind. Below, the stones are round and pale, worn by centuries. The water moves quickly, skipping over them with ease. There's no sound up here, but you can almost feel the current. Then, a wooden footbridge, simple, uneven, built not for show, but for use. The drone glides just above it, a brief pause in the air, before it picks up speed again. Ahead, the river widens, and then disappears, swallowed by something bigger. Now, the Lake Czorsztyn. Open, blue, unmoving. The water stretches far in every direction, calm, heavy, holding the light like a mirror. It's a different silence now, not soft, but vast. The kind of silence that makes you breathe slower, just to stay in rhythm with it. From this height, you see only pieces. A kayak, far off in the corner, a boat cutting a thin white trail, a fishing rod resting on a rock. Each life is its own dot, suspended in stillness. The drone drifts forward, across the surface, over drifting shadows of clouds, towards something ancient. At first, it's just a shape on the hill, a silhouette, dark against the sky. But then it grows, stone by stone, into walls, towers, edges, and history. Zamek with Niedzicy, built above the lake, watching it, guarding it, remembering it. The drone rises slowly, circling the walls. You see the wear in the stone, the weight in the architecture. It was not made for comfort, but for presence. Up here, time bends. The mountains in the distance do not move. The water below reflects only the now, and the castle, it just watches. The drone hovers for a moment, then begins to drift again, forward, past the tower, and into the pale afternoon sky. The drone pauses, just for a second, hovering above the castle walls. Below, centuries of stone hold their place, unmoved by the wind, untouched by time. Then, it turns. Not sharply, but in a slow, deliberate arc. The castle shrinks behind. The lake comes back into view, soft, silver, waiting. But now, there's something else. A village. Houses scattered like seeds across the hillside. Wooden fences, red roofs, lines of smoke curling from chimneys. The drone drifts lower, gliding just above treetops and fields, where chickens scratch in the dirt and laundry sways gently on lines stretched between porches. This isn't the part they show on postcards, but it's the part that breathes. A man walks slowly along a gravel road, hands in his pockets, eyes on the ground. Two kids chase each other between garden plots, their laughter spilling into the afternoon light. It's quiet here, not silent, but human. The kind of quiet made by life that doesn't rush. The drone pulls higher again. You see the shape of the village, irregular, imperfect, but woven into the land like something that grew there naturally. And then, just ahead, the water returns. The lake stretches open once more, mirroring the hills, swallowing the sky. But now, from this new direction, you see it differently. Not just a surface, but a stage. For boats, for clouds, for everything above to pass through, and then vanish. The drone follows a narrow spit of land, where grass turns gold near the shore. There's a small wooden dock, barely visible. A man sits at the end of it, alone, his feet in the water, his head tilted back toward nothing. The wind moves gently over the lake. Ripples form, expand, disappear. And just for a moment, everything feels still again. The drone begins to rise, higher and higher, until the village, the castle, the water, they all fit into a single frame. Not separate places, but one picture, one rhythm, one day that never asked for anything more than to be noticed. Evening comes slowly to the valley. It doesn't rush. It doesn't announce itself. It just softens things. The light pulls low across the rooftops. Shadows grow longer, and the colors begin to fall into one another. Gray into blue, blue into silence. The drone lifts gently. The village below exhales, as if letting go of the day. Streetlights begin to glow, not brightly, but enough to say, "We're still here." Cars move slowly now. Shops are closing. Smoke drifts from chimneys into cooler air. The rhythm changes, from movement to rest. You start to see the pattern from above. Roofs like puzzle pieces, fields cut with care, people returning to their doors. This isn't the Białka of morning. It's quieter, more certain. There's nothing left to prove now. The drone circles wide, past the lights, past the trees, until the last edge of the village fades into darkness. There are no more words, only the view. Let it speak. We came here looking for something small. A pause, a breath, a bit of sky not shared with anyone else. And we found it. In the steam rising from the water, in the wind above the hills, in a quiet village that didn't ask us to hurry. Tatra mornings, Białka evenings, moments in between that didn't need names. It was worth it. Every turn, every hour without signal, every still frame we didn't rush through. Sometimes, that's all you need. Cool air, hot springs, and views that make you stop thinking, just for a little while. If this journey meant something to you, let us know. Leave a comment, share a thought, or just a like. And if you'd like to see where we go next, subscribe. There's more ahead. Thanks for being here. See you on the next road.